Chitty chitty bang bang. Come on.
In every family, there's that one uncle, cousin, or aunt that just ain't right. But for whatever reason, you love them anyway. It's the family.
A son does not want to hear his mother say, skeet, skeet.
It's the family.
Twerking is not a talent. All right? Stripping is not a career.
Wow.
It is not.
The Family Radio Podcast.
Yeah, don't have your kids cussing on the internet, but do have your kids dancing on the internet. Ooh, kill them, kill them, kill them.
The Family Radio Podcast.
You're going too far. No such place.
Oh!
I want to go to the abyss. Never.
The Family Radio Podcast with T-Boogie, Gene.com, and Chill Will.
It's the family.
Hey, it's T-Boogie.
Yo, it's Gene.com. What's up?
And we are back, episode 164. How's everybody doing this week?
Good.
Are y'all still celebrating Juneteenth? This was,
yes.
you know, that extra holiday. It's crazy to me how white people, they just don't know what's going on with Juneteenth. They like, what do we barbecue today? Like, what do we do today? We're like, what's going on?
I saw a poll that said that most of America was not celebrating.
I do know that the governor of Florida, even though it is a federal holiday, but Florida, I think the state of Florida, like their employees couldn't take it or something like that. But I mean, that doesn't surprise me with the old death scientist. That doesn't surprise me.
Exactly. Nothing surprises us anymore with him.
Not at all. But here's the thing. So, of course, on TikTok, I found this video, and my mind was just blown that, you know, people, it's not blown that they think that way, because I know people think that way, but that they would just say it in a public forum, because, you know, when you put it on the internet, it's there. It ain't going nowhere. It's there forever. Forever. It's there.
Yeah.
But listen to this lady right here. The guy, he was a reporter. He caught her on the street and just asked her about Juneteenth. So here it is.
Juneteenth is, what's happening to the white people? They have a Black Miss America. They have a Black college. They have a Black month. What do we have? And now they have Juneteenth. Yes, I understand there was slavery, don't get me wrong. But there was also a Holocaust, and that was more recent than slavery. But you don't hear the Jews saying, gimme, 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 gimme. What's the point of Juneteenth? What is it? I don't know.
Yeah, okay. They say we got a Black Miss America, got a Black
Karen.
school.
Okay. All right. Let's listen, Karen. Listen. It's a celebration of our freedom, just like 4th of July is the United States of America's celebration of freedom. What is so hard to grasp there?
Look, you don't hear the Jews talking about gimme, 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 okay? You don't hear that.
We're not talking about gimme, gimme, gimme either.
We're not.
Look, I'm just saying this is the mentality that is out in the world, and understand.
Why can't we have the same that every other person has?
Because they don't feel like we need to have that.
Well, let's think about
Who
it.
determines what I need to have for my Black house?
No, but the thing of it is they wouldn't feel so, well, what do we have if the guilt of slavery and all of the oppression that they put on us didn't exist? We wouldn't ask. There would be no need for a set free if we were never in captivity. So why shouldn't we celebrate being free? Y'all fuckers put us there.
Tell them, Gene. I love it when Gene gets the cut.
Y'all put us there. So to say, oh, well, all lives matter, but we ain't the one that's getting brutally shot by police officers unarmed. It's not us that's getting choked out on national
No, it is
TV.
us. It's not them that's getting
I'm sorry, it is us. It's not y'all.
Yeah, exactly.
It is us.
No, it is us. You're
So
right. It is.
When it comes to being liberated and we being celebrated, I don't think there should even be any questions asked, because you all know the history just as well as we do.
No, that's woke history. No, we ain't gonna teach that.
We're not even gonna.
We can't teach that to
already
them.
mentioned it. Woke is now being used against us.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
We can't
Like
teach
how?
that. Not that history.
Right.
We can't
They
teach
don't want to
that.
feel the guilt. They don't want to feel the guilt, or why do we have to keep talking about that? And it's so much this. How much is it so much and you didn't even go through it? We've been disenfranchised ever since then. We ain't been able to stick together since y'all separated and broke up the families. Since y'all been raping our our women and putting all these different psychological disparities out there in our society. We ain't been able to stick together. That we own nothing.
Mm,
Hmm.
like
Like,
Denzel.
oh,
Denzel said, Plymouth Rock didn't land. We didn't land on Plymouth Rock. Plymouth Rock landed on us.
landed on us.
Man, I
Okay.
keep telling you,
Damn it.
man, the hardest line in the movie was when Cube said in Higher Learning, we behind enemy lines.
We are.
Hmm.
We are.
We
Right
behind
enemy
here
lines.
enemy
in our
lines.
own country.
Yeah.
Well, look, I'm glad we had that celebration this week.
That's right.
And, you know, let it carry on throughout the whole year. And of course, since we are on the East Coast, you know, from Texas, like Texas is really celebrated in Texas, you know, because that's where it, you know, Juneteenth, because the slaves in Texas didn't even know
Right.
they was free.
Right.
So, like, people I know that are from Houston, Dallas, and stuff, they've been celebrating Juneteenth all their life, you know. So, yeah, so just let this celebration. I hate that it falls right there between Pride Week and Pride Month and all this other stuff. But hey, we'll take it. We definitely will take it. We will.
Are you
We'll take it.
Yeah.
are you saying, Chill, that the two should not be in the same?
Well, I mean, because I think they both need to be celebrated. So it's hard to celebrate two things. It works. We'll make it happen. We will make it happen. Yo, you know what? Let me tell you about the dark cloud. Y'all see what I did there? The dark cloud. And we're talking about George Winterling. Dark cloud this
see
weekend.
What you did there,
You
Jill.
saw
I
that?
what
Yeah.
you
You
did
see
there.
how
that?
you made the weather reference.
Look, let me tell y'all something. George Winterling, if you're from the North Florida area, you know who George Winterling. He was the weatherman on Channel 4. Now, let me tell you why in my life that was the biggest thing, because like Channel 4 was the station to watch. Both of my grandmamas used to watch it. If you went over either one of my grandmama's house, they had Channel 4 on. And let me tell you something. If George Winterling didn't give the weather, it don't mean shit. But now if George said it, it's like gold. It's like the gospel. And understand, look, George was the type. First of all, I didn't realize he had been there so long, because he'd been there before I was alive. So he was on the TV for 47 years before he retired in 2009.
Yep.
It's crazy.
Yeah, how crazy is that? And understand, back then, he didn't have all of these radars and all the shit they have now when they do weather. He was just
he old
looking
school.
at teletype stuff. That's what they show. He was looking at teletype. He was one of the first weathermen. When he got the job at Channel 4, he went and put his own equipment on the roof. Like nobody had that shit. Him, yeah. And did you know that he invented? You know how they say that the heat index that tells you how hot it feels outside. He invented that. Like nobody would talk. He was the first one who brought that into the weather. It's the heat index. He trying to explain to the viewers how hot it's gonna feel outside. Like he invented that shit. But I'm telling you, like if my grandmama, if George Winterling didn't say that shit, it wasn't gonna happen. It wasn't.
And if he said it was gonna happen,
it was gonna happen. And the crazy thing is, I feel like, and I know this is crazy because I'm embellishing this shit a little bit, but I feel like if you watch the weather that morning and George was like, "Hey, it's gonna be partly cloudy, but it's gonna rain about 3:00 today," nigga, at 2:59 it started getting dark and it started raining at 3:00. Like
wow.
Like it ain't the weather people today is just like they give you a generalization. Hey, it might rain, 20% chance. No, like he would say some shit and the shit gonna happen. Like crazy.
I started to call and check on you, Chill.
Oh, when you saw he died?
Yeah. I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
This is Chill's weather guy.
Yeah,
his
like
favorite
George.
all time.
And no, let me tell you, another thing that really made people look at him like the GOAT is because back in 1964, there was Hurricane Dora, which came and hit the Jacksonville area. He was the only one that said, he was like, hey, this hurricane's coming this way and it's gonna hit us. Like nobody else said that. And it hit the Jacksonville area. It was a category 2, a lot of damage and stuff. But he was the only one that said it, like, hey, y'all better get ready because there's some shit here, it's coming. And people were like, yeah. No, but he said, and once he did that, people were like, oh my God. Like,
George is a prophet.
Does he know Jesus?
We better start. Yeah.
Does he know God?
You better start listening to George.
Does he know God? Wow. He knows God.
But I remember him retiring in 2009, and he said, he'd be close by. John Gahn took over, which now John Gahn has since retired.
Yeah. He just retired last week or
He just
last
retired
month or
like
something
last
like
week,
that.
couple
Yeah.
weeks, something like that, right? Um,
Yeah.
But either one of them, I felt like John Gunn was a direct descendant of George
Yeah.
Winley because
Yeah. He worked. No, he did. He worked under him. That's what I'm saying. He worked under him.
It's the way that G said it.
yeah, direct descendant.
direct descendant.
So we
Okay.
trusted John in the same fanfare
That's right.
as we did George.
Because he was co-signed. George co-signed it.
Okay.
That's what I'm
George
saying.
co-signed
George
it.
co-signed it.
He
That's the
alligated
thing.
him to that.
And
Yeah.
look, in addition to weather, remember he had the little garden outside the TV station. Maybe he had George's garden. He would go out there.
Right,
Yeah.
right, and check on the plants.
Yes.
And, vegetation
Yeah.
and stuff that he was
Vegetation, that's
growing.
right.
Yeah, so it
Wow.
wasn't just weather. And like, seriously, he was like a local freaking superstar. And let me tell you when I really saw that, because my dad was in the hospital for something and he was at Baptist downtown. So he was at Baptist Hospital. So I was at the hospital to see my dad, but George was there because I guess his wife was going through some medical stuff. So George was in the waiting room, but like people was gathered around him, like he was signing autographs. Like he didn't want to, because they're like, "Oh my God, that's George Winley. That's George Winley." And I was like, "The man here, because his wife is sick. Why y'all all around that man like that?" But he was like, people would genuinely be like, "Oh my God, that's George Winley. He got that godly touch.
He was like
He's
our
got that
local,
glow."
Mr. Rogers.
Yeah, exactly,
And
exactly.
who else could
Yeah.
we put together?
Exactly.
Yeah, he was butter.
Yeah.
He was sick with it when it came to
He
the
was
living
what,
and weather.
91?
Yeah,
I think?
he was 91 years old.
Listen,
Yeah.
he lived a long,
He sure did.
prosperous life.
He
Listen,
sure
he
did.
flew his kite.
That's right.
Yeah, yeah.
Look, Channel 4, y'all need to pay for that man's funeral, because that man brought y'all so much money in that TV station. He just gave that station credibility. Really.
I mean,
and
almost
even
half his life he worked there.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy.
yeah, but I will say that station, even though, because they used to be the CBS affiliate, remember that? But now they're just independent. They're just they're not
Oh,
CBS,
yes,
they're not
yes.
NBC, they're just independent. But people were thinking, oh, when they lost the CBS affiliate, they were gonna just like go out of business. But no, because that TV station had so much. They were like the heritage station. That's the station you watch. And remember, like
Right.
before cable, when you just had the TV in the living room and you just had the bunny ears, that's why they were like the big station, because their signal was so freaking strong, and everybody could get Channel
Right.
4.
Right.
But
And we still
everybody
can.
who worked there has worked there for like forever.
Ever. Right, right.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
forever.
what happened to Deborah Giannoulis?
She retired. She
Oh,
retired a long
shit.
time ago.
She retired.
Yeah,
Wow.
she retired, and she was doing some local stuff. I think she's still here in Jacksonville, or there in Jacksonville.
Listen, Tom Wills ain't going.
He's
nowhere.
still there. He's still
Yes,
there.
he
And
is.
hey,
Ain't
and let me
going
look. Let me
nowhere.
tell y'all some. I'm gonna tell y'all some secrets. I shouldn't tell you that, because I interned when I finished college. I interned at Channel 4. Let me tell y'all something. Tom Wills. I know Tom Wills had a bottle in his car. I should
Oh,
say that. I know he had a bottle in his car. Boy, he looked like he went at that. As soon as they cut the news, he went out to that car and hit that bottle.
And hit that.
He had to turn one up.
But it was so crazy because TV makes you look different, because they would come in without the makeup on and stuff and be sitting at a desk and typing out the script and all. But of course, when they went in the studio, they looked totally different. And like I said, everybody has been there a long time, and I think everybody there were cool people, except for what's the dude who used to do sports, Sam Kovares.
He wasn't.
He was an ass. No, he was an ass because he thought he was big.
Well,
He thought he was bigger than everybody, but whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, everybody's been there forever. And even people that remember Joy Purdy was there. She left, went to Miami, came back to the station.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So Channel 4 has just been like a powerhouse in the North Florida area. But R.I.P. to George Winley, man. R.I.P.
Yeah, man.
Celebrate that white man right there. R.I.P.
Yeah, we celebrate.
Okay. In the
Celebrate.
same week of Juneteenth.
Juneteenth,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
He gonna get a pass for
Celebrate,
Juneteenth.
dog.
George Winley. God damn it.
All the old grandmamas loved him. He's cool.
Of course.
He was invited to the cookout.
He brought stuff to the cookout. He's like, I'm not really gonna cook the ribs, but here's some ribs from I bought these ribs from Harold's Meat Market. Y'all go ahead and cook them.
Oh my God.
Look, okay, let's talk about this goddamn sub, man. This submersible that is lost out somewhere in the ocean. Some rich people got together, wanted to go see the Titanic.
Look at
Decided
rich people problems. Yes. Stop right there.
What?
Stop right there. First of all, you let the dead bury the dead. Why were you going to search
To see the
for
Titanic.
something that ended in death?
That's a good point, Gene. Because I like that.
Tell me
I've never been like,
Did you
I want to
think
go
about
see the
that before
Titanic.
going? Yeah.
I want to go see the
Right.
go see the Titanic. Yeah, I wouldn't want to do that.
Tell me. I definitely wouldn't want to do it. It didn't end right.
Yeah, but y'all want to
So
go
if
out there
I'ma
and see it.
If I'm gonna go down there where they at and it didn't end right for them, what's gonna happen with us?
I'm good. I saw the movie.
Exactly.
I don't
I saw the
need
movie.
to.
Yeah, I was fine with that. I saw the movie. That's all I need to see.
Somebody else made that choice to go down there or recreate it. I'm good.
Listen, I saw the movie and I ain't see a whole lot of black people on the movie, so I
Well-
ain't need to be down there. No way.
Well, I don't think we were allowed on that boat unless we were in the making the beds and cooking and
Okay.
things like that anyway.
Okay, so here's my
So-
thing, Chill. Why in the hell would I want to go down there and see it? It wasn't none of my ancestry up there anyway.
You're right.
And those that
Anyway.
was there, you treated them like the reason why we need to celebrate Juneteenth.
Now, I read something this week where I didn't know there was a group of Titanic fanatics, fans that love the movie, love the story. They're intrigued by the story. And, because they used to have a Titanic museum in Orlando over there off International. Or did they do like a little show about it? It was something like that. But like, once again, Gene, I'm like you. Like, I'm not paying to go see that. Like,
I'm not.
for what?
No.
But with these people, and obviously they are fanatics. If you're gonna mortgage your house and stuff to pay upwards to $100,000 to $200,000 to go actually see the wreck, which is 2 miles, more than 2 miles in the ocean on the ocean floor. I ain't going down there. Ain't no light down there. Why do I need to go do that? Or why am I paying to go do it? And I think that's why
no reason.
that's the mix. Because once again, it is a sad situation.
You
It's a sad situation
said
because
$100,000. I heard the beginning prices was at $200,000.
well, this year, because people have been going for a couple of years. So last year was like 100,000. Now it's 250. The people that are on the submersible now, they paid 250,000 a piece.
Right.
To go on it.
That's ridiculous.
And
That is
of course,
absolutely
this
ridiculous.
is first world problems, if you ask me. And I think that's why we getting all of these crazy
No,
memes.
This is white
because,
people problems.
well, Boog,
We ain't got nothing to do.
Boog, wait a minute. I saw this meme too, and this guy, it was a white guy drinking coffee. He's talking about, I'm white, but I ain't paying $250,000 to go see the Titanic white.
Exactly. He's not that kind of white. There clearly must be a difference, and we're seeing that now.
So, but I think that's
I am not
why
that kind of
that's the
white.
attitude that's why people have this attitude. Well, ain't nobody telling them to go down there. Like that ain't. I ain't. Oh well, sorry for you, but you brought that on yourself.
Indeed,
You know what?
did.
This is what happens when you fuck around, and they're gonna find out that they should have just left this alone. We had the movie. That was enough.
Yeah, look, even when they found it, because they were looking for the Titanic a while. They didn't find it until what 94, 95 or something like that. Because they knew it had sunk, but they didn't know exactly where it was. And of course, like I said, that is 2 miles deep. Like everybody can't go down there.
Like,
everybody don't even have the right equipment.
Or no shit
no.
like that.
No, everybody don't even have the equipment to go down that far. And that's the problem
They
they're
only
having
have,
right now because
they only have 4 days of oxygen.
yeah, and once again, RIP, because today is the day that the oxygen's supposed to run out, and they still ain't really found them.
They've heard noises. They've heard like banging and stuff, but they can't find that. That's crazy.
Well,
That is crazy.
but it is
Talk about claustrophobia. I mean, y'all in this thing and now.
I wouldn't even
that you're
go in
gonna
that
die?
thing. I wouldn't. But first of all, to go down there, like I said, it takes how it's supposed to work is it takes them 2 hours to get down there because of course being that deep in the ocean, it's so much pressure. So you got to go down slow and you got to come up slow. So, but just like you said, the thing is only as big as a minivan. And the pictures I saw, the people, you got to take your shoes, get in there and sit Indian style. I say, oh, y'all crazy. Y'all crazy as hell. So it's one bathroom. I know they fighting over that shit.
Oh my God. That's no. And all of this to say what? That I
saw the
went,
Titanic.
I had
I
the
went
Ocean
down
Gate
there.
experience
I went
or
down
whatever. There. Okay. I bet did they sign a waiver? Did they sign a waiver? What happened?
I think.
now?
Well, I mean, once you reach a certain status, you don't sign a waiver. You just cut that check, and that's what they did. And I do feel sorry for the Indian guy because it's him and his son. Like the two family members.
Didn't they say? Did they? Yeah. But there's some connection with him and this submersible thing.
I don't know.
I saw it earlier.
But like I said, the memes that the people have come up with. Shout out to Lil Duval, man. Lil Duval posted something yesterday, and when I say I hollered, he posted like, "What are they doing down there on the sub?" And then he attached the video. Remember the video in Harlem Nights when they put the bad police officer in the vault? And then Eddie Murphy or Richard Pryor was like, "Hey, you better take quick breaths."
Very short breaths.
Yeah, short breaths. Like,
you say, it's like, but if you do this,
so Lil Duval talking about they down there on the sub talking about we gotta say this L.
Taking little sips and probably fighting with each other. Hey, I saw you open your mouth too big. No, you can't do that.
But here's the thing too. Book, I said, they only have one bathroom, and it's not even it's probably just a little toilet or whatever you sit on. But like, if you've ever been on a tour bus, like tour buses have bathrooms on it, but like you're just supposed to pee in it. Don't do the number 2 in there because that shit is gonna linger and it's gonna spread throughout the bus. But just think about something that small, like, and they done been in there how many days? They'll be like, hey man, I don't know, it's probably stinking now. Oh my God, stink, and we ain't got that much air. How crazy?
If they haven't already killed each other out of, panic, fear, and
you're right, Boog. You're right. Just think about it. You are stuck. You 2 miles down in a tube with 4 or 5 other people that you don't really know like that, other than the father and the son.
Right.
I don't know these people.
The thing of it is, the bottom line is this: you went to go find death.
Yeah.
Say it again, Gene. Say it again for the people in the back that didn't hear you.
That's it. You went to go find death. You went to go look at death. Ultimately, that's what the Titanic was. It was a great ship that wasn't great enough.
Right.
That's right.
And people died.
On the Virgin, I mean, the initial voyage.
Yeah, the maiden voyage.
It didn't even make it all the way across.
Didn't even make it across. I'm talking about the first one. And they messed up when they said not even God could sink this ship.
Yeah, okay.
Well,
God was like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Let me put this little ice cube out here for y'all to run into.
Y'all do realize you're in my waters that I created. When we got here, the waters was already here.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So y'all telling me somebody was sitting there holding a water hose?
Well, just like you said, man, it is. Yeah. So I mean, once again, it's a bad situation, but let me tell you, y'all have been eating them people up. And even here's
internet has no chill.
The internet has no chill. And actually, did you see what Cardi B said? Because one of the guys that are on the submersible, his stepson said something about it on the internet, but then he went to the Blink 182 concert and taking pictures and put it on the internet.
I did see that.
And Cardi was like, "Damn, your people, you ain't even mourning for your people. Like you out at the concert, smiling, having a good time, and your people, they don't even know where they at." And so then
his young foolish self said,
but he was like,
"What was I supposed to do? Just sit around and be sad?"
Yeah. And then he got on the internet talking about, Cardi trying to get some shine off me. Hush.
Have several seats.
Sit down.
She's got all the shine. She needs one, and she doesn't need you.
Yeah, but they once again they got a whole bunch of Canadian naval and Coast Guard people out there. They got like 10 or 12 ships out there looking for them. So once again, I think when they do find them, it's going to be a little bit too late though.
Right.
A little bit too late.
Plies just posted something. Hey, when y'all finish spending all that time and money finding this
Can y'all find the
submarine.
submarine?
Can y'all
go find the missing
these
children
missing children in the U.S. with the same passion and conviction that you're going to find all these billionaire people? If that doesn't tell you that we live in a classist society, I don't know what
we do.
else
Come
does.
on, we do. We do. I told you the best place to see that we live in that type of society is when you travel on the airplane. When them people be like, "Oh, I need to get on first. I'm in first class. You ain't in first class, bitch. You getting there at the same time.
Yeah.
The plane is getting there at the same.
You.
The first class, the back class, whoever. Everybody's gonna land. Everybody's gonna take off at the same time. Everybody's gonna land at the same time. But then people be like, "Oh
it's
no,
just your flight experience."
Yeah, they be turning
different.
their nose up. I don't sit in the back. I can't. That's where the bathroom is. I'm not sitting back there. Bitch, get out of here.
Whatever.
Get out of here. But that's the kind of society though. That's it.
Oh, you're right.
I went to Harvard.
$250,000.
Did you go to Harvard? I went to Harvard
for this.
Yes.
I don't
they
get
got
it.
it. They got it, man. They paid it. Look, they bought their death certificate. Sure did.
That's you hate to say it like that, but wow, you just paid $250,000 to die, and you knew that there was a risk.
Yep.
Okay.
It is.
Let's stay low.
But yeah, the sub is wherever it is. It's gonna be where it's at. Who survived? I saw the Titanic movie. Who survived? That lady Rose.
Yeah.
Rose, your people dead, and Rose just floated on. Her. She floated on a piece of wood.
Rose survived because Jack throwed on the dress on top of the little thing
and let her float away. Right. He just went on down with the ship, huh?
He went on down.
That's love for you right there, boy. That's love.
No, that was actually dumb.
I heard he was tired.
That was actually dumb. That was dumb as hell.
That was actually dumb. We would have both been on top of that.
That's right. I would have been like, Rose, let me get on this wood with you. Just kick your feet, girl. All you got to do is kick your feet. We're going to get to where we going. Just kick your feet, okay? This water cold as hell. I know this water cold, but just kick your feet.
Listen, first of all, Rose, you just gave me some of that good, not even 6 hours before. You think I'm going to let you just sit up here on this dresser by yourself? No, it's me and you.
Gene, that sounds selfish. That sounds like you try to get some more after we get saved.
Gene,
no, that sounds like,
Let me tell you how it would have been different if black people was on there, right? So the water cold, right? The water cold, and then white people's go, oh my God, the water's so cold. Black people would have been like, man, we ain't had no hot showers in a long time. This fine. This water good. Get on here and do the back. They've been out there doing the backstroke. Hey man, I'm gonna climb up on this iceberg. That's what I'm gonna do. Let me get on this iceberg.
Hey man, but it's true for some folks.
It is.
That's true.
It is. Yeah. All right, let me see what else is going on this week. Hey, we have to talk about Mr. Russel Simmons, his ex-wife Kimora Simmons, his daughters. What's his daughter's name? Aoki and
Ming Lee.
Yeah. Before we even get into this, the baby fat lady. What did I just say her name?
Oh Lord, Kimora
Lee. Now Kimora, y'all need give Kimora Lee a hand. Kimora Lee is part Asian herself. She done had a baby with what's the Give Us Free guy. So she done had an African baby. She done had some black babies.
Hansu.
She done had a German baby. So she did like her cooch is worldwide. Like she's just
It's international.
It's international. Go ahead on international.
She having some different different
penises.
Ethnic
penises. Go ahead on.
Hey, her vagina is not picky.
Go ahead on, Kimora. Kimora.
Cool. Do your thing.
So, are y'all even familiar with the whole situation with Russell? Because this came out like around Father's Day. Because one of the daughters sent a picture or posted a picture on the internet of Kimora and said Happy Father's Day to her mama. The girls are college age now, right? I think one of them just graduated college, and one of them is getting ready to graduate college.
No, they're both. I think the last one just graduated this year.
Yeah. If you don't know what's going on with Russel Simmons, now remember Russell would always be on the scene. Anything Russell's going to be at, whether it's going to be Super Bowl, whether it's going to be whatever, Russell's going to be there. But you haven't seen Russell in a while. The reason why you haven't seen Russell in a while is because Russell moved to Indonesia. Why did he move to Indonesia? Because of that whole Me Too movement.
Yes. That's what I was gonna say.
It's some reports out
some
there.
Rumors.
Yeah, and actually there is
we'll say that
there is a HBO documentary from this young lady who worked for Russell at Def Jam. And
hit the bell. That was
she
a good
said,
one,
yeah. Oh, you need to see that one because I mean, and understand me.
See that.
Understand me. My path, career wise, I looked up like Russel Simmons was like the blueprint. Like shit, Russell Simmons started Def Jam with Rick Rubin. They in the damn New York dorm room. Signed LL Cool J. Like Russell was the man. Russell sold Def Jam for a bunch of money. Started Fat Farm. Baby Fat, Def Comedy Jam. You can run down so much stuff with Russell Simmons. So Russell beyond paid. Matter of fact, when 9/11 hit, like Russell lived like right down by the Twin Towers. That's what his house was, and like I think his house got damaged because of the tower falling. So, but like I said, Russell has not been on the scene because of this Me Too movement. He moved to a country that doesn't have extradition.
So
you
see how he did
so
that?
Russell was like, yeah, let me get the hell up
me,
out of here.
That screams guilty.
And
I was really like, he was somebody that I never thought would have fallen into that. But when it happened, I was like, okay, let's be open-minded. I didn't just jump to conclusion and say, oh, he's definitely guilty.
Yeah.
I saw the young lady's documentary, would you say?
Yeah, it's a documentary, yeah.
You know, whatever. I'm still trying to hold an open mind. But yeah, when you run...
Yeah, that makes you look. Yeah, that makes you look.
To a country.
Yeah.
Because of their no extradition laws. Now he's getting the side eye from me now. And then this with the daughters.
Yeah. So his daughters, obviously, they've been going through a lot of things because of these allegations around their father, and they've been kind of having to, just like you said, give him the benefit of the doubt. Like, no, that's not my dad. He, I've never seen him be that way. But like I said, evidently with the documentary, and the lady in the documentary, her name is Drew Dixon. And once again, the documentary is on HBO. It's called On the Record. So if you haven't seen that, look at that. But look, the way they laid it out, I'm not going to say it was a Surviving R. Kelly. It was kind of like that, but it wasn't, as crazy as that. But they got a documentary about it. So Russell left the country looking guilty. His kids have been, I don't know how they feel about him leaving, but of course he's not there anymore.
But what's going on now is they feel that they are being abused. Like he's always saying something negative about their mother. Oh, your mother, da da da. And that's because him and Kimora might be beefing about something, and he's dragging the children into it. And they're like, "Listen, we've really tried hard not to be in the middle of this, but this man is verbally attacking us, and
Well, Boog, do you know what that stems from? Do you know why he's mad at Kimora?
Because she got half of his money, baby fat.
No. Russell has always set Kimora up to win. He had Fat Farm, started Baby Fat. Kimora ran that.
Right.
So they've always had a very luxurious lifestyle. The story I got is when they got divorced and everything. He was paying her like $40,000 a month, because he had it, he could do that. But when she started dating, I don't want to mess up.
Digimon Han.
Yeah, that's give us free. So yeah, when she started dating him, and they ended up getting married. Did they get married? They getting married, but they had a baby. They had a baby, and then Digimon was like, "Peace out, ho. I'm leaving." So they broke up. So she had a baby by him. And then this other guy she started dating, she thought she hit the jackpot with him because he had all of this money, but then it was proven that he scammed Goldman Sachs for like millions or whatever of dollars, right? So what happened then is he was going to jail. So what Kimora did to keep him out of jail, the company Celsius, the drink company. And that's the company that just had to pay Flo Rida. So Russell invested in Celsius way when it started. He had over, from what I'm hearing, like millions of dollars in stock for Celsius. He was like one of the original investors, and the company has blown up. Celsius is a big company right now.
Oh, it has.
Yeah. So the story I got is Kimora cashed in all of that stock to help keep her husband at that time out of jail. She didn't tell Russell about it. And so that meant that Russell's like, okay, well, I'm sitting on my little nest egg, my retirement. I'm good. Even though, because, he sold Fat Farm, sold all this stuff. So, and I think Russell had real estate and things like that. So he had this nest egg with Celsius that, hey, that's my retirement fund. So gone. So when Russell found out about it, he's like, yo, so I'm not saying Russell is broke, but Russell is not in the tax bracket he used to be in. He's not. So, and all of this is because of Kimora. Now, Kimora released a video this week too, talking about, I've been supporting him for the past 10 years. I've been giving him over $1 million.
She's been covering for him for the past 10 years or whatever.
Yeah.
She's upset. Wait, he's told the children mean and ugly things. How you gonna tell them you shouldn't have went to college? You just wasted all of that money.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I think the youngest one, did she just graduate from Harvard or something?
Yeah, she did go to Ivy League school. But understand, the daughters have been modeling just like her mama. Kimora I won't say she was a supermodel up there with Iman and stuff, but Kimora was a in-demand model.
She was on her way to that.
Yeah.
Russell scooped her up. Remember when he first met her, she was teenage.
She said that. She said, I've been dating Russell. I met Russell at 16. So she was like, take that with a grain of salt, and we was like, ooh, she said some shit this week.
R. Kelly.
Yeah, she said some shit this week, and I've been like, ooh, oh my gosh, like they. But the daughters also one of the daughters released video, I guess, of a FaceTime with Russell, and he was going off. Of course, she didn't release the audio, so I don't know what he was going off about.
Okay, I thought I was crazy. I saw that, and I'm like, is something wrong with my phone?
No, she didn't. She didn't put the audio.
The audio,
yeah,
okay.
But you can see from the video that he being real saucy mouthed.
Okay, stop right there. Right there. We all have children on this.
Yeah.
Have you ever, or has your child ever gotten you to a place that you maybe had like an out of body experience, and you looked at yourself and said, "Damn, you are pissed."
Yeah, but I think that's part of being a parent. Remember, Kurt Franklin cussed his son out, and you know how holy he is.
I'm saying. Listen, if I'm just putting this out there. I'm trying to get ahead of the story. If my children put out a video or some audio where you would be like, "Oh my God, is that Boog?" Mm-hmm. It probably is. But ask them why I behaved that way.
Boog started speaking that fucking patois and shit. Yeah,
what?
You know it's going down.
What?
Whatagwan?
Me can't take it no more. I don't have to clean up the blood clot room.
They'd be like, oh my gosh, who is that?
Me can't take it. Me I go mad. Oh yeah, things like that probably do come out, and some other words.
I mean, I think that's part of being a parent. That that's your child. I feel like that's your child's job. When they become a teenager, it's their job to try your ass and see how far they can go. And see what you're gonna do. Are you gonna snap? Are you what? Like I think that's their job. That's what they do. That's what teenagers do.
But listen, Russell doing all that fucking meditation on Instagram. Come on now. Mm-hmm. He should have. These kids should not be able to get him to that point.
But understand that now, Russell's always been the yoga man, and I can't front with y'all. I think Russell's like to do that yoga. He want to see them women in yoga pants, man. That's why he do yoga all the time. Yeah, he want to see them women in yoga pants. Go ahead, Russell. That's the best way to see women in yoga pants. I'm gonna go to a yoga class. Mm-hmm. That's what I think. But he's in Indonesia practicing yoga.
He's got a girlfriend, I think, there, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, because I think that he posts videos of them meditating and
I mean, he's still very active on social media. I know he was in Paris a couple of weeks ago for the Beyonce concert. So like he still travels the world. He just ain't coming back here. He's scared. As soon as he's gonna step off the plane, they're gonna put him in there with Weinstein.
Well, the thing of it is, though, if they want to bring you up on it, they'll come get you in Indonesia.
Yeah, I mean, if they want you that bad. But here's the thing, and this is the sad part. If alleged, if Russell did all these alleged things that was painted toward him in the documentary, the statute of limitations have run out for that. So they can't charge him criminally. That he damn sure can get sued civilly. Yeah. So that's another reason. Like he's not going to come back over here for that. But he can't get charged criminally for the allegations that are against him. But I mean, I think they might find a loophole. Look at all that old shit from Bill Cosby that they brought back. In some kind of way, they brought that shit back up.
Filed like 9 new lawsuits against
that
him.
girl was like, "Oh, Bill Cosby.
Bill
Cosby gave me a pill in '61." Like, motherfucker, it's not like. But I mean, they'll find some kind of way to do it.
Right.
What were you gonna say, Gene?
No, but criminally, can they charge him, or is that just from the civil side?
Well, no, criminally they can't because the statute of limitations has run out, so they can't. And the only thing I think, murder is some shit that you'll never get out. They can always charge you for that, but like the sexual harassment and stuff like that, they can't. It runs out by a certain time.
Gotcha.
I think that's what's wrong with them B2K boys. They want to sue Chris Stokes, but they can't because of statute of limitations.
Man, they gave up.
I'm done.
Like that's a whole. That'll be a whole nother show. That'll be a whole nother show.
Yeah, because I mean, you can't see that, man. Y'all gave up that booty, that man.
Oh wow!
Y'all gave up that booty, that man. You can't see
B2K.
that, man.
I think that's why they dance the way they do. Yeah, Lil Fizz.
You know what?
Buzz.
Bull, you know what I'm saying?
Marion.
Marcus Houston too.
I'm just saying.
Hey,
I've heard allegedly. I heard a whole lot of stories coming out. That's the South California camp out of there. Yeah.
Listen,
We'll
a lot
leave
of
that
people
alone,
saying
though.
because of what happened, to Marcus Houston and B2K, that's why he chose that little young teenage woman to marry and try to. He's following right in the path
he damn near
of R.
40.
Kelly.
He damn near 40, and his wife is what, 22, 23?
23.
Like, look, I all I'm gonna say is some shit in the water around there. That shit is muddy in the water. Like it's something going on. And y'all think that's like her parents let him like anyway. Let's not get off topic.
Wait, hold on. No, we try not to get off topic, but a while back, I think Chill, you sent us a video. It was Jaguar Wright again. She always exposing some shit in the industry. And she was talking about, hey, did you notice that change in Summer Walker at some point? And she alleges that Summer Walker was violated in some way by someone in the industry, and that's what has made her sort of so rebellious or whatever. Listen, this shit has been going on for years. So would you be surprised if Marcus Houston finally came out and said someone?
I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't be surprised at all. It's a very dark side of the music business, and if you see things, you've seen it. It is. It's a very dark side, and I mean, some artists. Here's another one. I don't know why this just popped in my head. Remember the lady Truth Hurts? She had that song with Rakim on it.
Yeah. That was hot.
The hot song. All of a sudden, she just fell off. And I heard that some I don't know, some shit went down and she left the business. That's what I'm saying. See, it's stories like that. Like I said, I don't know. I mean, I've heard whispers, but I don't, But it is a very 20 years ago. It is a very dark side of the music business.
That is still happening to artists.
Yeah, and it comes with people with power. Look, I mean, look, the shit that we've seen. We
know some folks that was getting paid.
And here's the thing: when this whole
folks that was touching on people.
Yeah, with this whole Me Too movement, man, that's the one thing that I'm like, you know what? The little power that I have had in certain situations, like it ain't gonna be no woman come out. Oh Chill did this to me. That shit, you ain't gonna hear no shit like that. I ain't never did no shit like that. But that's what I'm saying. Y'all know we have seen some shit. And we like, what? Like, really? Like, dude, like, come on, man. Come on. Man. It is a very dark side. But like I said, I think it all comes from somebody who's never had power before, who can't handle power. That's the whole Weinstein shit. Because Weinstein was so goddamn powerful, like.
No, first off, let me tell you, he was ugly, okay?
Yeah.
And the only reason why he was able to become so powerful is because he had money. Yeah. And then he maintain stature.
Yeah.
Okay, because no one, trust me, nobody was willingly fucking that man. I'm telling you.
And who
I'm sorry.
who we seen like that? Somebody came in. Let me shut up. Anyway, let's talk about Russel Simmons because we look here. Anyway, Russell did put out a statement this week. He apologized to his daughters. And he didn't apologize to Kimora, but he did apologize to his daughters.
He got beef with her.
Yeah. She took a lot of money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But from what the daughter said, he's told the daughter, one of his daughters said that she was somewhere in Italy and he turned, because basically he's just like cut him off. So he turned off her charge card or whatever.
Mad.
Yeah.
Yes.
He said, well, get the money from your mama. Get the money from your mama. He told his daughter.
Now, hold on, stop right there. Which baby daddy has not said that to their child at some point in the entire relationship?
Get the money from your mama.
Somebody that's paying child support, you know what I'm saying? And the kids
Get the money from your mama.
That's normal. That's normal.
No, listen, I say it.
Gene, you say it right now. You say it right now.
I say it right now. Get it from your mama.
Hey.
Get it from your mama, girl. Get it from your mama.
No.
Now look,
all we're just saying is being fair. Being fair. Oh, listen.
You're right, Boog.
I won't make it obvious, but the mother is now in a new relationship, dating a very wealthy man, but the children are still asking the father, who's just making it, for money. Hey, get it from your mama.
Get it from your mama.
Wealthy boyfriend. Get it from your mama.
She over there laying on her back. Get it from your mama.
Hang on. At the end of the day, it's not who she bagged. You still have the responsibility. My thing is, don't be asking for stuff that you legitimately got the money for.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
I know you got it. Like I just gave you some money, so I know you got it. Don't do that. You know, it was a situation with me and my ex-wife. Once we separated, we were talking about, how we was handling the taxes. Well, before I got married again, she was breaking off the money for the taxes because she knew she wasn't doing it, solely by herself. Cool.
Right.
But when you got that new wife.
But when I got the new wife, she shut that off.
See, and I have a problem with that. I'm going out on a limb. I have a problem with that. Chill. Hey, did I not just send y'all the best video ever? I have two of the greatest co-parents for my kids. Okay. Like why can't you just get along for the best interest of the child?
Yeah. But Boog, I feel like your situation, because Boog gets along with her ex-husband's new wife. Like they be chatting it up on the phone and all that stuff. I be like, oh wow.
Boog's different though. Boog has always been, her level of maturity in that department.
Look, Boog will call the new wife and be like, hey, we need some money for such and such. She'll be like, oh, no problem.
Because if he works, on contracts, and hey, there's times that there's not a contract or whatever, and we just communicate like, hey, if there's something you need during that time, just let me know.
Yeah.
And here's the thing, if I don't have it, then yes, I'm gonna let you know. But I'm not asking for anything that I already can accomplish.
I get that. Yeah. I mean, but it's Boog, just like you said, it's good to have a relationship like that. And going back to that whole just the fair thing. Like, yeah, Gene, I mean, y'all still have the child together. So, this tax money of some, and I know some couples, okay, you claim the child this year, you claim the child next year. You claim, I know some people that do that to kind of keep it fair.
And listen, even that was, okay, so just to air it out real quick, what I was doing when she was getting me the money, I would give, of course, my regular monthly towards her, and I would be paying half of all of L's extracurricular activities, swimming, dancing, and things.
Right.
We would split that because she was giving me a portion of the taxes. So in addition to everything that I give her, all of the stuff that I buy that I don't say, hey, let's split this up or what have you, because I buy a whole bunch of stuff, shoes and all that. I don't ask her for no money or nothing like that. No different than when she gets Elle's hair done.
Yeah.
She thinks not like, hey, can you pay for this or what have you? But the extracurricular stuff that we were doing with the taxes, cool. But when she shut that off, I said, okay, you still get your monthly. I'm still gonna buy the clothes and stuff like that. But the extracurricular stuff, we ain't going half on that, because you keeping all of the tax money, you just pay for it. I thought that was fair.
Yeah. Okay. I see that.
So that was the way that we managed it. Okay, cool. You're not gonna give no more because of whatever your reasons are. Cool. I'm not putting in on this no more.
In your feelings.
I'm not putting in on this anymore, because at the end of the day, now you're just taking advantage of the situation. Now at this point. And before I do that, I know my rights as a father.
Yeah.
I'll just go grab me an attorney and do the 50-50. That way you claim a 6 months out the year, I claim a 6 months out the year.
Yeah,
I get half.
just try to make it as good and fair as possible. Yeah, try to.
Exactly.
And sometimes it's easy to do, sometimes it's not. I know with me, the only gripe I ever had is when my son would come stay with me for the summer. Guess what? Child support is still being taken out of my check.
Yes,
and I would be like, hey, just send me that back because he's with me.
Listen,
you know.
Right, exactly. Because guess what? Why do you have to send that money up the road? And now the child is with you.
It's with me, eating my food and all. Yeah, eating up everything. I got to go.
And you got to entertain them. Let's not even front. If they're there for 4, 5, 6 weeks out you got to entertain them.
Yeah,
you do.
So that was my only ever gripe.
That sent up the road can come right back because her light bill went down, her food expenses went down. That kid is no longer there. That's not. I've never been that kind of person. I don't understand those kind of people. That don't.
Fair.
I just wanted the summer stipend. That's all. I wanted the summer stipend. I ain't never get it now. I ain't never get it.
Yeah.
But whatever. It is what it is. Whatever.
What you could have did, you could have did the same thing that I did, was just go do the 50-50.
Yeah.
All right, he stayed with me 6 months. You stay with you 6 months.
Ooh-wee. Ooh-wee.
But and you know what? Here's the crazy thing. So because of course my son is good and grown now, and like we had a conversation maybe a year ago. And so, like, I never knew he felt a certain way because he was like, well, because, of course, when I left Jacksonville doing radio, I moved. But so I would see him. But, of course, I wasn't there on an everyday thing. So he asked me, he was like, I just always want to know how come you wouldn't let me come stay with you. I had to stay with mom, but I couldn't come stay with you. And I said, well, I get that. We never talked about that. And I said, but you know what? That you staying with your mom, that was a better situation for you. Because understand, if you came to stay with me, the way I was working and stuff like that, like it was a better situation you being with your mom. Because my mom was there helping, her mom was there helping. She was, you had a group around you. It was a better situation you being there than being with me.
Right, because you was all over the place.
Yeah, exactly. And so, like, he didn't realize that, and I didn't realize he felt that way. Like, these are conversations we having now. Like I said, that was the past year. But I tell him all the time because my son got 5 kids. So I was like, hey, man, I ain't have a... I was like, man, look, you are 100% a better father than me. Because, dude, you got shit handled. And I don't know if I could have did that with 5 kids.
Nah, but you was chasing something different too, Chill.
Yeah, you're right, Gene. You're right. I was
chasing something totally different. You was trying to get your career and all of that settled.
Right.
You was navigating with one.
Yeah, exactly.
So, I can understand that, and I was navigating with one at the time.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
we was just hustling, just trying to figure it out.
Yeah. Because we ain't had no blueprint to that shit.
Nah, we had no blueprint, and wasn't nobody dumping about a whole bunch of money up either.
Yep.
You had to go out and get it.
Hey, I feel the same way. I was hustling with one.
That's right. That's why we got pictures of Boog and Avery in Waffle House with the crew.
Coming from a remote, like I had to take my kid to work with me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
You
right.
know, that's we did what we had to do.
Yeah.
Did what you had to do.
But of course, those situations are so magnified when you're dealing with people with a whole bunch of money. You see what I'm saying? When you dealing with parental things like that, and it's a lot of money involved. But yeah, I still feel like Russell was kind of in his feelings. If you're gonna cut the kids off, I mean, how do you do that? It's still, because you mad at their mama.
No, you can't do that.
Yeah, you can't do that.
I don't care how.
And we think that because they have money that people won't behave that way.
Mm-mm.
But we clearly see that they will. He can still be mad at his baby mama and say "fuck them kids."
Yeah, and especially
allegedly what he has done.
Especially, I feel like if you got a situation where you Russell didn't come from wealth, but he built a lot of. He's self-made, built a lot of wealth, and now all of a sudden your wealth is leaving or it's depleting.
Yes,
you put somebody that's like backing somebody up in the corner.
Right. Well, you want to piss a man off, attack them finances.
Yeah. But Russell, call your brother, call Rev Run. Somebody can come on now. Call Diggy. Diggy on the TV show. Diggy,
you know
what? Call Angela now. Angela, come on now. Come on.
Rev Run like shit. Russell ain't got nothing to do with it.
He said, I have not heard him speak out about Russ in a long time.
Yeah, and I think as a family, they all that's internal shit. Like, we're not gonna be out in the media doing all of that stuff.
For the most part,
we're not.
We black people, we don't do that.
We're not doing all of that. We're not gonna be out doing all of that.
We ain't handling it like that.
No, not old school people like Russ and Run.
I know Run. Run was probably like Russell. Justine say, I can't give you no more money, man.
Yeah,
Justine said, I can't send you no more money, homeboy.
I can't send you no more money, man.
Hey, ain't it about time? Hey, Russell, you need some money. Ain't it about time to do a 50-year Def Comedy Jam show or something? Come on, Russell. You know how to do it. Come on, Russ.
And he does.
Hey, and I hear Russell. Was Justine there when I put you on Crush Screen?
Oh, wow.
That's right. That's right.
Was Justine there then?
That's right. Mm-hmm.
Now y'all niggas hollering about Justine.
That's right. You wouldn't even have had an Adidas contract if it wasn't for me. Run, you got that Adidas contract because of me.
Justine has been there.
She
almost
there,
was
but she wasn't
shooting in the gym.
That's what she wasn't Crush Groove.
Wow.
Y'all are a mess.
Around a little bit after Crush.
Y'all are a mess. You know that? Y'all are such a mess.
She wasn't Daryl Jones. She wasn't Rock. She wasn't I'm the King. She was
not there. Hey, speaking of Run DMC, we are celebrating the 50 years of hip hop. They're doing this big 50 year of hip hop recognition concert. And I get y'all some more information because I just got the stuff about it this week. Run DMC is the headliner because they really haven't performed. They performed last Christmas at Disney's little holiday special because Run. They said once Jam Master Jay, they really weren't gonna perform, and they really haven't. But they're gonna do this one. They're gonna do the 50th, and they gotta do that one. You know what I'm saying? Like
right.
They're not the ones who started it. They not Cool Herc and all that. But Run DMC was the first group to cross a lot of barriers. That whole Aerosmith shit. The whole Run DMC was one of the first people on MTV that they played in the mega rotation. So yeah, Run DMC. They gotta kind of do that. Also, shout out to friends of the podcast, 69 Boys. They performing at the BET Awards this year.
Yep.
Yeah. Because BET Awards is doing a 50th hip hop kind of thing too. So shout out to Thrill and them gonna be on BET Awards. That's a very good thing. Very good thing for them. And we talked about.
I like what that's gonna do for them too.
Oh, me too. Yeah. Me too. And they've really still, I gotta give it to Thrill, man, because when I say Thrill has been grinding. But of course it's coming back because I've seen him on the road. They're doing these best of the 90s shows with like Lisa and Ice Vanilla Ice and Tone Loc, and so look, they got a niche. Go ahead and ride the wave on that niche, man. Ride the wave on that thing. So yeah, he's still out on the road all the damn time. So I don't blame him for that. And last but not least, before we end the show, I need to shout out to Alja Jackson, because that's a government name. Chameleon. Dude, they talking about her in Emmy circles right now, man. Her act, we talked about her being on Rap Shit, Issa Rae's show on HBO.
I am so looking forward to season 2. Can't wait.
She's killing it. She's killing it. So, when I got the shit this week talking about her, mentioning her impossible Emmy, I'm like, look here, man. Look, I was like, they about to put Duval on the map for real.
For real. For real.
For real.
That's 50 Cent worthy right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Of course. So I told you, I still with Alja, like I love her rapping, but the girl can sing. Your career would be very long if you sing versus just rapping, because I think she's so talented that way.
And a lot of people don't know that is the councilwoman, Jacoby.
Yeah, that's Jacoby Pittman's daughter. Yeah, a lot of people don't know that. Like they don't really downplay it, and like she's had Jacoby on her Instagram and stuff like that, but they don't really they don't really just shout, hey, this is my daughter and stuff like that. They don't really do that, and I can see why, because sometimes Chameleon be with her ass out on the on the internet.
And you know what? As a mother, of an adult child, I think that same way when because I follow her, and she posts something, and I'm like, Lord, did her mother see
like
that?
She's grown, no, she's grown.
But she is, and guess
like,
what? She is making a lot of money right now.
Yeah. All I'm saying, how would you, if you got a child and they got the #1 video on Pornhub, how would you feel? But they're grown.
Wow, she does not.
She does not. I'm just giving you an example. I ain't saying I'm giving you an example, bro.
Hey, because I was sure finna get ready to
You know what, Gene?
No, I was giving you an example. If you had a child and did they got famous doing that, then it's still your child. You just you probably ain't going to the grocery store telling people how your daughter doing.
Not at all. You just leveled it up though. Like the girl, she's half naked on her Instagram. She's not naked.
She's not completely
on
naked.
OnlyFans. Yeah. So there's a difference there.
It is.
But
There's a difference.
she's still on the respectable side.
I gotta look. She getting that HBO. She getting that HBO check. I'm definitely respecting your game, respecting your hustle,
you
girl.
Believe that HBO check is very different from some of those others.
It is.
It's definitely different.
It definitely is.
Yvonne Orji told us it was definitely different. Who else had a HBO special? They'll definitely tell you.
Yeah, they said once you get that HBO check, look, then you ain't got to catch the cab no more. Who said that they were living? Oh, one of the dudes that was on the HBO show Ballers. He's from South Central, and he was like, "Hey, ain't nobody know I was on Ballers because ain't nobody around here got cable." So like he was on a hit show. He was on a hit show living in the hood, and somebody told him, like, hey man, you need to probably move somewhere else. He's like, nobody don't know me. He's like, they ain't got cable. They ain't got HBO here.
They ain't got HBO.
That's crazy.
That's funny.
There you go. Look here. Once you get that HBO check. Once you get it. Oh, all right.
You say that stuff book.
That's what how black people do. We keep it 100.
You on HBO? Well, that's all I'm saying. I'm saying that some of your family members gonna tell everybody. My child on HBO, right?
Yeah.
That's a common theme in our neighborhood. Yvonne Orji spoke about that in her stand-up. Her uncle,
because she's Nigerian, right?
Yeah, she's Nigerian. Her uncle, he's driving Uber. He's telling everybody that gets in his Uber, that is my niece. Yes, she is Molly on the show. Molly. He barely knows what she did, but he's telling everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So
I feel like that's an immigrant parent thing.
It is. Oh, it definitely is.
They so happy they have come over and started a life, and your child has made it. Your child has made it. Boog, your mom do that, Boog?
No, because I don't feel like she thinks I'm needed yet.
Well, I mean, Boog. Once again,
that's I got an HBO special.
Boog. That's kind of hard.
Like
Boog, I'm telling you, that's kind of hard because your mama came over here and started the international student thing at Edward Waters. Yeah, your mama came over here kicking ass when she came over.
I'm sorry. Yeah. But it was EWC at that time. Yeah, I think I let her down in many ways. I don't know.
Your mama was the first exchange student and shit.
Immigrant
Yeah,
parents, you got to be a doctor, lawyer.
Oh yeah, you're right. If you're not a doctor
engineer.
or a lawyer, you ain't shit. That's how they feel. You ain't
You
shit.
are a failure.
Yeah, you ain't do
Those are
it.
your 4 choices: doctor,
Okay,
lawyer,
so-
engineer, and failure. So
So that does explain.
y'all see which category I'm in.
Yeah.
Right. That does explain, Bull, why she's probably not proud of you as yet. As you would want your mom to be.
Wait.
You're still
Oh my
climbing.
gosh.
And much like Yvonne Orji's parents, with her in the stand-up, they were like, girl, if you don't go back, you got 2 degrees. If you don't get you a real job, this comedy shit is not real. We will only get my mom on this podcast if it blows up. Right now, she's like, stop talking to those people on that podcast.
No one's listening. What are you doing? Who are you talking to? No one's listening.
Yes. Oh, my God.
Hey, oh, Bull, so she.
Listen. That's immigrant parents for you. That's how they will belittle your shit. It don't even have to be true. That's how they will say it to you.
I think that's parents in general. If they don't see how
okay.
it's, you're right, Boogie. If it's not a doctor or whatever. Look, let me tell you something. Even my parents, until I left Jacksonville and and then went to a bigger city and got a contract,
you
a
was
radio,
just playing on
whatever,
the radio.
yeah,
Until
whatever.
then, you was just playing.
Yeah, we're just playing.
Yeah, you playing around.
Just playing around. They're like, oh, this could really be a career, huh?
Right. Wow. Yes. And in 2023, we can make a career out of anything. Only
look, let me tell you. I'm gonna tell y'all this story too. Yo, so when I purchased my first car and that they didn't need the cosign for it, and so I came home and my mom was like, who car is that? I said mine.
Like, that's mine.
And wait, my mom was like, I ain't co-sign for that. I was like, I didn't need you to.
Right.
Oh, she was happy then.
She was like, what? You didn't need me to? No, I'm good.
I had the money.
I'm good.
I had the credit. I'm ready.
Good. I'm good.
I had the money. I had the credit.
Look. Once again, young and stupid, paying fucking $700 a month on the car. Now, that ain't insurance. That's just the fucking car payment. Dummy.
And if you said,
but I paid it.
I paid it a long time ago.
That was
high. Because today you paying $700.
Yeah, back in I was like, I couldn't even believe I was paying that much, but I was like, whatever. I wanted the car and I could do it, and the bank was like, oh yeah, you can handle it.
Okay.
And I was like, you dummy! Like, why did you sign your name on that paperwork? It's like,
was that the car you had with Arcadia?
That would no. I was above Arcadia then. But yeah, that my first CLK Mercedes, boy. I was like paying $700 a month. Actually, it was over. I think it was $720 a month. I was like, you dumb nigga. When I look back,
when I didn't need no cosigner and all that. That's when I was with Arcadia. Then I thought I was doing something.
No, look, I had that Mitsubishi with all us was with Arcadia. They're trying to come take our car from the radio station.
Hey, look, Chill, you rolled the air. Chill, listen, you rolled the air out of that Mitsubishi.
I sure did.
What?
Listen, your airbags had them.
I did. I got in an accident and my airbags had deployed. I kept driving that shit. Sure did. I ain't got no airbag in the front.
I'm not. Listen, take your chances riding in the passenger seat.
Hey, episode 164. We appreciate y'all listening. We'll be back next week.
Indeed.
It's the family.
MC, make another hit.
This ain't what you want. Project. This ain't what you want. This ain't what you want. 1600 block. I just wanna rock. I just wanna I just wanna rock. Body yada yada. Shorty got that body yada yada. Hit it once, no time. Set up, you gon' kill my vibe. Stand on my money, don't know my size. Pick them sides, and you better choose wisely. That's my high. 1, 2, 3, 4, throw up to 5. That's my high. Damn. 1, 2, 3, 4, throw up to 5.
MC, make another hit.
The Family Radio Podcast with T-Boogie, Gene.com, and Chill Will.